Hey guys, so this is another thoughts video. This time is for Valerie, and I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but some people were complaining that her design is really over sexualized, and they did say that they're going to plan to um, change her design on the next update. And honestly, I really don't have any problems with her design. I can understand some people may find her over sexualized of the position that he has. You have to actually think on and beyond to go into that, you know, that mindset. But you know, but I'm really interested on what exactly changes they're going to make her less sexualized. I don't know. I could think a few things, but I'd rather not talk about it. But whatever. I really like her design anyway. So let's hear her how she actually talks here.
In the world of water, you must be respectful. Welcome to the world of water. Welcome to the world of water. Freedom is everything. In the world of water, you must be respectful.
So there are some reasons why she's actually says these things, and we're gonna explore that in her story. Because believe it or not, she to be able to survive, she has to pretty much live in that clamshell you're seeing there. And we're gonna talk about that in the story for sure. Give me a second here, because they also changed the way that you actually use this section here, which is actually pretty cool. And that way you can actually see the awakening of different heroes, which is pretty nice. You can see the skill, you can see the awakening without even having the hero. That's a huge upgrade to the game.
I'm a lot stronger than you think.
Although the story, personally, it's this part you can read easier, but you can't really see the characters. So that, in my opinion, that's the downgrade on that.
In the world of water, you
But
must
anyway,
be respectful.
for the story of Valerie, which is here, they also, by the way, real quick here, they also added this feature so you can actually see the character, the entire animations. In the past, you couldn't do that. It's pretty nice. There. So for Valerie, ever since she was born, she started to get really sick, and in her skin, and it became the real problem. And the doctors discovered that it's because of the polluted water that was around her, which she had really sensitive, really brittle skin, really whitish skin. So her parents created this clamshell, which this clamshell constantly over and over circulates the pure water. And ever since she's had this, she's been able to survive and grow and all that. However, later on, the water stone started to be used on Antide in the year 601, if I'm not mistaken. And ever since that happened with the water stone, pretty much the entire country, the entire kingdom, was pretty much covered with pure water. So for Valerie, when she says freedom is everything, well, she's pretty much captured. She's like a prisoner inside her clamshell, her clam. But now, with the thanks to the water stone, she's able to go out. She's free. She can move around and grow like a normal person. And everyone else actually starts to feel the effects of the pure water. They live more. They get less sick. Plants around start to grow a lot more. So a lot of benefits. However, ships that do business in pure water start to appear, and this makes Valerie really nervous, really mad, because they're going to pollute her pure water that she loves so much to be able to survive. And by the way, she throws her clamshell on her basement. So when these ships come in to pollute the water, she decides to do something about it. So what she does is she makes like a mask, a mask with teeth of sharks and tentacles of octopus and things like that. So she puts that mask and goes to the ships there and starts trying to scare them. and she is successful. People start to run away. Oh my god. So then, but then people start to realize that if they pee close to where the monster is, she will disappear. So if you can imagine, a monster comes in and you start peeing, and the monster runs off because you can imagine someone starts peeing on you. Oh my god, that is a super funny part of the story. So yeah, so at this point, something happens to the water stone, and that is it's actually explained on the campaign, specifically in the water part of the campaign, which is interesting. If you haven't passed it, you can read what actually happens there. And the water starts to get polluted again. Even and when the ships find that the water is not pure anymore, they leave. But even though they leave, the water is still polluted. So Valerie has no other choice but to come back to her trusty clam here. So, and she does join the battle against. Let's see here. She joins the battle with. Let me read it here. With the sirens. When the sirens attack, she will sense the current change to the clamshell, directly pinpoint the attack of the siren that has not yet appeared in sight. But will fight to the death to restore the clean environment of the water world. So the sirens, if you go to the campaign story, they're the ones that actually are preventing getting the water stone, and also the dark forces, of course. And it's a little complicated story. It's Steedlife, Fiona, and Wanda, and all those guys that you know and love. It's a little complicated, so I'm not gonna go into that. But the main thing is that she starts fighting with her clamshell, her clam. Sorry, there to try to fight and be able to use the water stone again. It's pretty cool story, and funniest story I've seen in a while. For sure, this is the funniest character I've seen between her pose, the community going crazy about it, and the whole peeing thing. Super funny story, for sure, guys. Very cool. So let's talk about her real quick here.
Freedom is everything.
So her ability is a mix of Alia and also Jane, pretty much. Because she's going to have burst heals and debuff, cleanses debuff. And also she's going to shear damage all over. So that's pretty awesome. However, the main thing is that healing and cleansing, pretty much Alia does that already. So many people may not find a lot of use for her. However, I'm going to explain the awakenings, which it is nicely. With her +1, she pretty much gets the ability from Idritha, which if a full purple team, she will get 40% mana gain, so that's pretty nice. I've tested it. It almost turns her into average speed, so it's pretty nice there. If you want to add her in, you can do that. If you need survivability, then she's going to receive 88% and also take 5% less. So this is relevant. I'm going to explain that in a second. And also with her +3 is the usual. Usually you see this in heroes like Isadora, like Elmist, and her as well. So it's curious that she actually has this ability. These abilities are a notch to the defense. So we're going to definitely talk about that. So this one, 5% even less damage taken. And finally, this is the insane one. Like, if there's an ability that is worth a +5, this is a +5 for sure. Straight off the bat, when you start, the fight, you're gonna get the damage share. And if you have your hero matched to 180, it is for 6 turns right off the bat. That is insane, guys. So if you get her to +5, yeah, that's gonna be relevant on defense, specifically on defense. And if you use heroes that activate their abilities when they with skill damage, so it's gonna be, that ability is bonkers, guys, for sure. And I'm gonna explain and show you that, and guys, that. So I do have some fights here of her on defense, because I do believe very much that she's amazing on defense, and I'm gonna prove that to you now. So there is two differences. The first fight is gonna have Alia's staff, which is gonna give her shield. So heroes like this, including Isadora and Omus, if you put a shield weapon on them and they take damage, they're not gonna have that +3 extra mana from the plus 3 awakening that they have. So if you want to take advantage of that, you will need to give her own weapon, which raises defense, or another weapon like a mana weapon like Fiona's to actually get that activated. So the first fight is with shield weapons with Alia's staff, and the second fight is just gonna be her with Fiona's staff, and you're gonna see that she's gonna go off a lot more.
Party's over.
Dark magic.
Unwavering hope.
By the powers of my dark prince!
Antia. Strength through unity. Unwavering hope. Antia. Unwavering hope.
Dark magic. By the powers of my dark prince!
Antia. Party's over. Antia.
Dark magic. By the powers of my dark prince!
Unwavering hope. Antia.
By the powers of my dark prince!
Unwavering hope. Antia.
Dark magic. By the
Unwavering hope. Unwavering
dark
hope.
magic.
Party's over. Unwavering hope. Party's over.
You saw that, guys? That's pretty nice. It's interesting. You can actually choose if you want to have put shield weapon like Fiona's staff on her and raise her survivability off the roof, or you can just give her own, maybe a weapon that gives her mana, and she's gonna go off a lot more. So it depends on the situation. You can choose whichever you want there. But I'm gonna go to arena real quick and use one of my favorite teams here. So with this here, I'm have to attack C pretty much the situation. So heroes that you can actually use on her, with her, is heroes that activate with their with damage here. Colette, everybody knows that I absolutely love Colette. I can't get enough of her, so that's a very nice one to choose, because you straight off the bat, any damage that is skill, it's gonna activate Colette all over. So that's a pretty nice choice. I usually like to go with the team like this, but if you go on defense, you can actually add in like Theo. Theo, his stacks is gonna require for you to have skill damage done on him. So right off the bat, whatever they do, he's gonna get the skill damage, and when he goes off, he's gonna wreck everybody. And this time and age, you're gonna have to like make him even higher, like 190, maybe 200, and skill and all that. But if you go the Theo route and you combine it with Valerie, that is gonna be crazy. It's on defense, guys, and maybe even on the attack. It's not a bad idea. And she's gonna have 10% more mana here because you're using Theo. There's many. But the main one, since I love to use Colette, I just had to get her at +5. And I actually got really lucky with her, to the point that, yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. Because I tried to get Salome, and by getting Salome, I got another Valerie, already having her at +5. So yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, let's go, guys. Actually forgot to check weapons, but that's fine. Let's put it in 2 here. Alright, see, straight off the bat, she's going to have... Now, we're already 1 turn past, so it's 5. So you're going to have the skill share right out the bat there, which is super important. See, and there we go. Yikes. So, let's try to kill this guy. If not, we're gonna have problems. And I'm not really have problems with Elmis. So usual stuff here.
Party's over.
Alright. So she's not gonna kill here, but she is gonna share the damage. So that's an advantage instead of using Alia and using her. Because even though she is not gonna heal with Elma, she is going to create that sharing damage here, which is pretty amazing.
Party's over.
There we go. So not much to see on stats, only in healing, but you get the picture, because her ability really enables a lot of heroes to do even better than what she already has. So I can definitely recommend her on if you love using Theo, if you love using Colette, or if you just want to straight up have the absolute best healer in the game for purple, you can do that as well. And if you don't have Alia is this one. She is a good replacement in the meantime while you get Alia in your blue team, because don't forget that she is an anti-hero. So if you don't have Alia and you really want another anti-hero, she's a good replacement in the meantime while you get Alia for your blue team. And she'll do the job most of the time. But you can definitely use her in the purple team as well, as she will get that
Welcome to the world
nice
of water.
40% mana gain with the purple team. Sorry. So Alia, sorry, Valerie, is going to be. I think she's going to be good all over, and Tiny she's going to be good. Treacherous Sea, she's going to be amazing on defense, for sure. She's a definitely nice hero to have around on defense. Tower, Misty Ruins, pretty much anywhere that you need a healer and an enabler. That's definitely going to be really nice. So, my final thoughts on Valerie.
Stronger than you think.
I really like this hero. It added an extra amazing healer, and at the same time a damage share, which is this the as I mentioned before, this is the first hero that we've had that cleanses and also shares damage. So people may underestimate that combination, but that is amazing because you usually need another hero to complement your damage sharing heroes. And this one does it very, very, very well. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to talk about her weapon here. And her weapon does do... let's see here. Her weapon is defense. With her is 20%. So if I'm not mistaken, is 60%. It will go up for Valerie. Which this weapon is very good for her. It's better than Alia's staff in my opinion, because Alia's staff is gonna create shields, but it's not gonna give her mana. This is gonna raise her survivability and also give her the mana from her +3. So it is a very good weapon for her. Other weapons you can actually give her is definitely Fiona's staff, because that's gonna definitely help her go off more. And pretty much that's it. Because since she's gonna be a healer, defensive, she's not gonna use many weapons. But her weapon and Alia's weapon, and also Fiona's staff, that's definitely the 3 weapons for her. If you're lucky enough to actually get her weapon, then that's definitely gonna be good, for sure.
In the world of water,
All
you
right.
must be respectful.
Real last thoughts now. I really like Valerie. I recommend getting her. If you're able to get her to +5, yes, she is totally worth getting to +5. However, if you don't get lucky, if you don't have the resources for that, you can just leave her at +1. +1, you'll be able to use her in different events, in different attack teams in purple. And she is going to be relevant there. She is going to help you survive a lot more, for sure. And I do believe that in +5 she's going to be amazing on defense. That is for sure.
I'm a lot
Alright,
stronger
guys.
than you think.
Alright, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.